Good morning, YouTube. Today I thought I would record a response video to Jolisa Way, whose BookTube channel is called Retired Book Nerd. Um, Jolisa and I are just a couple of months apart in age. We grew up together. Uh, her father was the best man in my parents' wedding. Um, I called her father Uncle Johnny, even though we're not blood related. I called her mother Aunt Jessie. I called her grandmother Mama Duncan. Um, so we were very close when we were children. But as time went on, we led our own separate lives. But BookTube brought us back into contact with one another. I love her videos, and if she goes too long without posting one, I have withdrawal symptoms. But yesterday she posted a video about old books in her life, books that she loves. The first book was a book, text and pictures about John F. Kennedy. Now, this would have been purchased in the very early years of her parents' marriage. The second book was a book that her father used as a textbook in school and dealt with agriculture. And the third book was a book of children's Bible stories that has passed down the family line from her maternal grandmother. And she talked about how each of these books had a special place in her heart. Now, that gave me a springboard to talk about my own parents and their reading. I did not get my love of reading from my parents because they came to reading later in life. My love of reading came from my sixth grade teacher, Mrs. Hilma Prather, and I thank her for instilling that love of reading into me. My mother and father probably only became readers in their 40s. My mother had watched a television series based upon Centennial, a historical fiction novel by James Michener. And she loved the series so much. I said, Mother, that's based upon a book. And she said, Oh, I would be interested in reading that. So I tracked that down at the library and checked that out for her. And that began a voracious reading, a love of reading within my mother. And she read constantly from that point forward. My father also began reading in his late 40s. Prior to that time, he had only read one book his entire life. It was a book that he adored, and it was called The Little Shepherd of Kingdom Come, written by, I think it's John Fox Jr. I hope that's right. But in his late 40s, he fell in love with Louis L'Amour, who is a well-known Western writer. I don't have to explain who Louis L'Amour is. Everyone knows who Louis L'Amour is. But my father built himself a collection of Louis L'Amour books. He first had the mass market paperback editions, and he read through those. And his brother-in-law, my uncle Joseph, passed away, and he had a collection of the Louis L'Amour hardback, leather-bound books, and my Aunt Christine gave those to my father. So he had every Louis L'Amour book ever published bound in leather, and that was a treasure of his. Now, I said that prior to the late 40s, my father had only read one author, John Fox Jr., The Little Shepherd of Kingdom Come. From his mid 40s until his passing away, my father only read Louis L'Amour. He started with the first book. He read them in chronological order to the last book. Once he was finished with that last book, he rewound and started at book one again. I'm not sure how many times that he read through the books, but he loved them so much that he didn't even look for any other author to explore. So that is my memory of my mother and father concerning reading. Now, on Wednesday, I'm planning on posting a video. I'm actually going to read you a book, a very short book. On the 1st of December 2015, following 28 years in the classroom, I retired. Prior to my retirement, though, every time I got a new class, I read to them a book which served as a catalyst for my students writing their literary autobiography. I plan on Wednesday to read that book to you, and then on Thursday, I plan to post my own literary autobiography. So look for those this week. And if the Aussie's getting, I don't know, Aussie's waking up here. But I'll see you tomorrow with the book that I'm going to read to you. And if the mailman or the UPS man brings any happy mail, I will see you later today. Thank you, BookTube, and have a fantastic day.